Hi, it's Friendship Bets. Welcome back to another video. Today we got the top 20 running backs in PPR scoring. If you like the videos, drop a like and subscribe. It will help me out greatly. Be sure to stay to the end of the video for some bar bets. And let's get into the top 20 running backs. Number 20, got Alvin Kamara. Suspended 3 games. I know he's been inefficient the last couple of years, but he looked really good in preseason so far, and they're saying he's as healthy as ever. So if Kamara hits, we've seen what he's done in his career. He's been a top 5 guy. I don't think he's got that high a ceiling anymore, but only being suspended 3 games, I think he's not a bad pick. Going at the 5-12, if you got 2 other guys to get you by the first 3 weeks, Kamara could help you win the league. At number 19, Travis Etienne. He's a young guy. They drafted Tank Bigsby, who I really like a lot, but Etienne's got breakaway speed. He can take anything to the house at any time. And if he can get some more pass catching, I think top 20 is well within his reach, especially if he can hold off Tank and get the majority of the work. And the Jags will be a good offense. Always good to have a running back on a good offense. So I got him at number 19, currently going at the 310. Which is fair value. Not great, but I don't hate it. At number 18, we got James Conner. He's the only guy the Cardinals got. Got Hollywood Brown to catch the ball and James Conner to run it. They have nothing else in the backfield. He's going to get a ton of touches. Should see over 300 touches easily as long as he can stay healthy. And 18 might even be a little low for him. I love me some James Conner this year, especially going at the 606. That's great value for a guy that's locked in for 250 plus touches. It's a great value. At number 17, J.K. Dobbins. He's back healthy. He tried to come back last year, and you could just tell he wasn't right. His knee wasn't fully recovered. But now, a year later, he should be back to 100% in a great offense that runs the ball a lot. Might see some more passing now with the new OC, but I don't see him shying away from the run. And J.K. Dobbins is a great running back when he's healthy. We saw it before he went down with the injury. So now, with him being back to 100%, he's by far the best running back they have on the roster. So I see him getting the majority of the touches. Right now, he's going at the 509. Again, that's good value. I love some JK this year. Number 16, Jonathan Taylor. Before all this stuff even happened, I told you guys I was way low on JT. He's going to be outside the top 12. Now you add in all this contract stuff. Is he hurt? Is he not? I don't care. Even if he does play for the Colts, they got a rookie quarterback that runs the ball a lot, and I don't think he's healthy. From what they're saying, he was sitting out of training camp because he wasn't fully recovered yet. So add that in with the contract issues, and I don't see anyone trading for him. So I got JT at number 16, currently going at the 206. I will have 0 Jonathan Taylor this year. I just don't believe in him this year. Next year might be a different story, but he's not recovered from that injury. At number 15, Alexander Mattison. We don't really know what he is yet. Every time Dalvin Cook went down, he was a top 12 guy, and he was great, and everyone said if he could just be the guy. Well, he is the guy now. Dalvin Cook's gone, and I don't see any of the other running backs on their team really pushing to force their way on the field. So I think Madison's getting the majority of the touches here. So I think that 15 should be fairly easy for him as long as he can stay healthy. He's not a huge guy, so we'll have to see how he holds up to the workload. But I like him as my number 15. Going at the 5'10", another good value. I don't see how you can pass him up in the late 5th round. I just don't. You know what we've seen what he can do, and now he's the only guy there. So I got him top 15. Should be easy, guaranteed, locked in top 20 guy. Number 14, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones just does the same thing every year, and that's produce. Now getting rid of Rodgers and having Jordan Love as a QB, running back out of the backfield is a young QB's best friend. Check downs. He's going to get a ton of targets this year, and he's their lead back. And I don't think Jordan Love is terrible. And as long as he's not terrible, the Packers have a good roster, offensively and defensively. So they should be in games competing, and that's good for Aaron Jones. And he's about as steady as it gets at running back. Currently going at the 405. Isn't a bad spot at all for him. So I like me some Aaron Jones. Number 13, Josh Jacobs. I've loved Josh Jacobs since he came into the league, but I just don't see him repeating last season. I don't think it's doable. Now with him holding out, they're saying he's going to be back for week 1, but he hasn't been at any offseason workouts all year. Usually doesn't play out well for guys when they come in the week before week 1 and expect to be what they were, especially in Jacobs' case last year. I know he wants to get paid, but I don't see any way possible that he repeats what he did last year. I love the talent, love the guy, but I'm just not in on him this year going at the 208, especially if they're saying he'll be back for week 1, but we really don't know. He could sit out. So I'm not going to have any Josh Jacobs. Number 12, Miles Sanders. With Carolina now, Carolina made Deonta Foreman look good last year. They got a good O-line, run the ball a ton. Miles Sanders was great for the Eagles last year, and the Panthers really like him, obviously. He got the biggest contract of any of the free agent running backs. Nobody else even got a contract worth mentioning. Saquon, Josh Jacobs, JT, none of those guys got paid, but Miles Sanders did. So that tells me that the Panthers really love this guy. And like I said, they got a great O-line and run the ball a lot. I don't see anything changing. Right now he's going at the 504. Great value. A lot of these guys, usually that's the running back dead zone. The 4th, 5th round. Most years I don't like taking running backs there, but there's a lot of guys going in the 4th and 5th round that I really like. Receivers have dominated last year, so I think a lot of these guys, these running backs, ADPs, are a round or two behind where they normally would be if the receivers wouldn't have blew up and took over like they did last year. So give me Miles Sanders at the 504 all day. Number 11, Jahmyr Gibbs. Rookie, taken early in the 1st round. You look up rookie running backs taken in the 1st round, and it usually spells good things, especially fantasy-wise. As early as they took them, they believe in them when they didn't have a true need at running back, and he's going to catch a million balls out of the backfield. Lions have a good offense, so what can you not like about Gibbs? He's an elite athlete, so going at the 312, I don't mind that one bit. Give me some Gibbs. And he's got a chance to take anything to the house. He's got great speed and on a good offense. And he doesn't need all the goal line work with how many catches he should get. The Lions are already saying that he's a weapon, he's positionless. So I could see him lining up in the slot and running routes. So give me some Gibbs. Number 10, Najee Harris. So far, he's been good in his career since he came to the league. He gets plenty of checkdowns. He's a Mike Tomlin running back. Tomlin doesn't use more than one running back. He's a workhorse, and last year he was still good for fantasy. It didn't seem like it if you had him on your team, but he was consistent, and he's the only guy. He's not very efficient, low yards per carry, but he's the only guy. Jaylen Warren showed that he should get some touches, but I don't see Tomlin doing it. He never has, so why would he start now? And towards the end of the year, once Najee took the plate out of his cleat from the injury, he looked like a completely different running back. So now back to 100%. I don't see anything changing. Steelers offense will be better than it was last year. So Najee going at the 306. I got him at my number 10 running back. He could get into the top 5 if he'll get the touches to do it. Just a matter of if he can get the touchdowns. Number 9, Joe Mixon. I'm really rising on Joe Mixon, and I should probably even have him higher with how much I'm rising on him. But there was a little concern about some legal issues, but he was found not guilty. No suspension from the NFL on a great team, one of the best teams in the league, and he's the only guy there now. Samaje Perine's gone. So I don't see any of these other backs on the team really stealing touches away. I projected Mixon to have a lot more catches out of the backfield, and he's going to be the only one running the ball with any consistency. I'm loving Joe Mixon. I need to move him up. Right now he's going at the 404. Love that value. 4th and 5th rounds, I'm targeting a lot of these running backs this year. It feels weird to say it, feels dirty, but I like the value on these guys. Number 8, Ramondre Stevenson. If you watch any of my previous videos, I kept saying I had him top 3, and I did. I had Ramondre in my top 3 running backs. But now they signed Zeke. I don't think Zeke's going to take a ton of work away from him. Short yardage, probably steal some touchdowns away at the goal line, but Ramondre is still a great running back in all assets. Running the ball, catching the ball out of the backfield. Ramondre is a great running back. And now with Bill O'Brien as the OC, going to be a better offense. I hope they are as a Patriots fan, but it can't get any worse than they were last year offensively. So give me Ramondre at number 8. He's currently going at the 303. I think that's fair. It's not great value like some of these other guys, but I don't mind him one bit at the 303. At number 7, Derrick Henry. King Henry, what can you say? He's a monster, but he's starting to get up there in age, and when his downfall comes, it's going to be quick and all at once. It might be this year, it might not be, but it's coming quick. He's getting up there in age, starting to deal with some injuries. Tennessee's not a great offense. So I got him at number 7, but he could easily be the number 1 running back if his downfall doesn't come this year. So I'm kind of playing in the middle on this one, where I'm projecting him. But he's a great running back, probably one of the best true runners in the league, if not the best. So he's currently going at the 205. I don't love that, but there's other players in that range that I'd rather have than Henry. At number 6, Saquon Barkley. I like Saquon. He's burst on the scene when he first came into the league, dealt with injuries, but he looked good last year after dealing with his ACL. Last year was his first full year after recovering. So now we're in year 2. Saquon should be back. He's starting to get older, obviously. He's not a spring chicken anymore, but he's not at the age yet that I'm scared to take him. Giants got a solid offense. Daniel Jones turned it around last year and was actually a pretty good quarterback. So Saquon, he's the only guy there. He's going to be the one getting all the carries. Every dump off out of the backfield, it's all Saquon. And it's hard to find bell cows anymore. Most teams use 2, 3, 4 running backs. So to find a bell cow, it's not easy anymore. Saquon's one of them. Currently going at the 110. That's a fair spot for Saquon to go. I don't love it, don't hate it. It's fair. At number 5, we got Tony Pollard. Pollard's similar to Madison's situation. Every time Zeke was out, he was a great top 10 running back. And now Zeke's gone, he's the only guy there. But Pollard did it with Zeke there last year. He was a great fantasy running back. So now without him, hopefully he can get some more of the goal line carries that all the touchdowns Zeke had. They don't really have any big, beefy, true goal line guys that I see getting the ball. So hopefully TP can get some more of them carries, get a couple more touchdowns. And we already know how electric he is with the ball in his hands. He can another guy that can take anything to the house on any play. So I got him at number 5, currently going at the 212. I like that a lot. I'm taking Tony Pollard wherever I can, late in the second. If he falls to the early third, anywhere in the third round, Pollard's an auto pick for me. Don't care who's on my roster, Pollard is an auto pick in the third. At number 4, Bijan Robinson, another rookie running back, elite player in college, and he was taken earlier than Gibbs. You heard what I said about rookie running backs, especially being drafted in the first round, and Bijan was taken earlier than Gibbs was. The Falcons actually graded out as a good offensive line. We know they want to run the ball. That's all they want to do. If they could throw 5 passes a game, Falcons would be happy. Bijan is the guy. I could easily see Bijan going as the number 1 running back, maybe number 1 overall pick next season. He's that good. He has the talent. He's going to get all the opportunity. And Atlanta has a good offensive line, so why not Bijan? Currently being taken at the 108. Don't mind that one bit. If you're sitting anywhere from a 7 to 10 pick, take Bijan. Why not? At number 3, Nick Chubb. I love Chubb this year. Kareem Hunt's gone. Their Browns offense should be better. Deshaun Watson was absolutely awful last year. He's going to be better. And Nick Chubb's all they got. A lot of these guys, the backup or co-starter, aren't there anymore. So it's only them. And if this was a standard league, non-PPR, Chubb would be my number 1 running back. I think he's going to lead the league in rushing this year, score a ton of touchdowns, and that's all you need. What more can you ask for from a running back? He's currently going at the 203. I love that. Absolutely love that. If you want to start running back heavy, and you can grab a Bijan and Nick Chubb back to back, you are ahead of the game. You got an advantage at running back every single week. They're both going to be top 12 guys, guaranteed, barring injury. They're both guaranteed to be top 12 guys. So take some Nick Chubb, especially if it's non-PPR. non-PPR, I would consider Nick Chubb as early as 6 or 7, depending who goes in front of him. At number 2, Austin Eckler. Eckler's great, and he's not the typical guy we think of when body size, when we think of a goal line guy, but he just gets the job done. He just scores touchdowns nonstop, and I don't see that changing. The Chargers have a great offense. He gets all the check downs. He'll probably catch more passes than any running back in the league again, and Eckler's just an all-around great player. There's not much else you can say about him. Currently going at the 105. I don't mind that. He is starting to get a little older for running backs, but he's done it the last 2 years and didn't look like he lost a step at all until he starts to show that he's losing a step. He's still going to get all the catches out of the backfield. So Eckler's not a bad pick at all. And number 1, Christian McCaffrey. Big shocker there. And he's going at the 102, but I can't take him there. And I might be dumb for that, but I can't do it. Look at his numbers last year when everybody was healthy. When you had Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk all healthy, he's getting less catches, and he's just not getting the touches that we're used to him seeing. Especially when Elijah Mitchell was healthy last year, he wasn't even getting all the carries. I know he's going to be in around the goal line, inside the 20, guaranteed, but it does make me nervous with what was going on last year when Mitchell and all the receivers were healthy. He wasn't the CMC that we're used to. The 49ers always have someone hurt, but I don't project injuries. It is Christian McCaffrey, but I just can't take CMC at the 102 this year. I can't do it. 105, 106, I would take him, but 102, I'd rather have one of the elite receivers. Give me Chase, Tyreek, Kupp if he's healthy. I would just rather take the safer pick. I think those guys are safer than CMC this year, as weird as it sounds. But so that's top 20 running backs. Heading up to the bar for some bar bets. All right, up at the bar for some bar bets. Running back edition. Yeah, Nick Chubb over 1249.5 yards. Nick Chubb to get at least 1,250 rushing yards at plus 110. I like the value. His regular line is at 1,200 at minus 120. So get another 50 yards at plus money. Love that. And got him to lead the league in rushing yards at plus 450. He's actually the favorite to do it. I was kind of surprised. I figured Henry would be, but plus 450 is not a bad number for him to lead the league. I think it's really down to Chubb, Henry, Bijan. Those are the only 3 guys I really can see leading the league in rushing yards unless injuries happen. Then I got Chubb at 10 plus touchdowns at plus 135. It's some good value there. I got him projected for 12, so give me 10 at plus 135. And we got Miles Sanders over 875.5 rushing yards at minus 112. It's a great number for Sanders. Like I mentioned earlier, he's a good running back, got paid, good offensive line, team that likes to run the ball. So I got him at plus 1,000 or more yards at plus 135. It's not much more than his normal line, 125 more, and you're giving me plus 135. I love it. So those are all I got for running back bets right now. I might have more closer to the season, but those are the ones that jumped out to me. So let me know what you think. Catch you guys in the next video.